Another win, another clean sheet, Neil.
Yeah, clean sheet, massively important. And a win, some good goals. I think it was 5-0 in the end, I think, pleasing to obviously win the game. That's 2 wins on the bounce, 3 clean sheets on the bounce at home, which is good. And some well-worked goals, so very pleasing, yeah.
Interestingly, there's an awful lot of attacking potential from your wingers today, and we actually saw what they could create. You must be really pleased with those options that you've got.
Yeah, well, we set it up as we finished on Tuesday night. I thought we finished the game that well on Tuesday as a 4-4-2. We set it up with wingers today with Ryan Edmonds and Alex Curtis. And I thought the first 25 minutes of the game, they were excellent, both of them, getting decent crosses into the box. And we look at goal threat because we've got pace up front, pace and strength, and pace out wide as well, so it's going to cause teams problems. Really disappointed the last 15, 20 minutes of the first half that we dropped off the pace, stopped pressing high up the park, and gave them a little bit of a foothold in the game, and they kept the ball well for the last 20 minutes of the first half. Sorted that out at half time, and really the second half it was one-way traffic, and we scored some good goals. But in answer to your question, yeah, we've got some real pace and a real threat on the flanks, and there's pace all around the side really, but in the right areas, and up front is where you want your pace. Defensively
again, very solid. Look a solid unit, no matter who seems to be playing there. Joel Mills, I thought, looked really good all the way through. Some cracking challenges.
Yeah. I mean,
sometimes that's what you need, isn't it?
You do. Yeah. I mean, he got tight to their centre forward all throughout the game, and he did play reasonably well, Joel. Got to have a look at when he drops off, and he's reading of the game when he drops off a little bit because he's a bit flat-footed. But when he gets tight to a centre forward, he's a big, strong boy. Only young, only 19. Stafford lad again. That we're trying to get some football into him and see whether he can make the grade. But he's got in there against a half decent centre forward. He was quite quick and shown their intent early 5 minutes into the first half with a little bit of pace, and he's done well, Joel. I'm pleased with him.
Must help though playing alongside the likes of Shooter in the first half and Lucan in the second half, because they've both been there and done it. And you need having that experience can only help with the young lads around them.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, the two other centre halves we've got, obviously Joel Mills and Jordan Finch. Jordan went on a right back today, and we've just been a little bit wary about exposing them both to a standard of football that perhaps they're not used to. So what we're trying to do is put Joel in along Shooter or Joel in along Lucan, and vice versa, Lucan in along Jordan, just so we're not exposing two centre halves who perhaps haven't played at the level, and we're trying to ease them in and see whether they can offer us something. 3 games in, 2 weeks into pre-season, they're showing that they've got something. Now the opposition gets a little bit tougher from here on in.
I was going to say it's going to be a tough game Tuesday against Hazlehurst.
Oh, definitely. I mean, they're all tough now. I mean, right through to the Russian Olympic game, we're playing against higher opposition. So, we've given them a chance to show what they've got. All of the players already have shown that they've got something to offer. Now we'll just see whether they, against higher opposition, whether they can, come to the front. And I'm hoping that the likes of Jordan and Joel, who have come off their own bat, the trialists, there might be something there for us.
So it is a case now of tweaking it. And they say the opposition does lift up a notch, and it's a case of really seeing what we've got, because I mean all the signs at the moment are very, very promising. And I think anyone that was here today would have been really encouraged by what they saw. Yeah,
well, I mean the numbers are high at the minute, and we've got to cut that, to be fair, and that will happen over the next couple of weeks. Me and Nick have spoken about that, and there probably will be 3 or 4 that go out over the next week or so. Because we can't keep playing 19, 20 players in friendlies. We've got to start getting 60 and 70 minutes into the regulars so that they're ready fitness-wise for August the 16th. So there'll probably be 3 or 4 going out, but I'm still looking to probably bring 2 or 3 in before the first league game of added quality, so that I know that they're good enough for the level. Like I said to you last week, 1 or 2 of those might be in this group. We'll see over the next couple of games, against higher opposition. If 1 or 2 of them, do reasonably well, it might be that we can get those.
Well, you've already picked up a couple of injuries in pre-season anyway, both with Judd Ellis and Danny Smith.
Yes,
so injuries are always likely to crop up. And I think it's one of the things that you can't cater for, can you? Really?
No. I mean, on the injury front, Danny Smith doesn't look too bad actually. He's at the club today, and he's had a bit of physio, and he might only be a couple of 2 or 3 weeks anyway. So that's not long term, and it's a plus, because I think in forward areas we're well blessed. We're carrying 4 strikers, 5 if you include Matty Berkeley as a striker. Wide areas, we're blessed with Alex Curtis, Ryan Edmonds, Louis Downs, who I thought was tremendous today.
Superb
He went on,
second half.
17-year-old boy.
Is that all he is?
Yeah, from the local area, who's we've had in and got some work into him, and he's a breath of fresh air. They want to work hard. And
Well, I
they
must
want to do
admit, that was from a 17-year-old. That's probably one of the best performances I've seen from a 17-year-old for an awful long time now.
And this is where we're at. You look at some of the lads who are doing well for us. Alex Curtis, Jack Edwards, who have been just amazed with.
Leads the line well, doesn't he, Jack?
Well, yeah. I mean, they're 18-year-old boys. And we're putting them into proper men's football. Like Louis Downs, Ryan Edmonds is only 20. And we've got some 18, 19, 20-year-olds that for me are going to be the main part of this squad. We're going to need a bit of experience, and like I say, I'm still on the lookout.
Is that what the likes of Chris Smith appearing today? Because I mean, Smudgy was here obviously last season.
Yeah.
We know what he's capable of, including scoring a wonder goal, which he may well have told you about at Grant.
Yes,
from
I've heard,
pretty much he thought Rooney's goal was good, but Smudgy's was probably better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's done well today, and he's presented himself and asked if he'd come back and have a trial with us, if you like, and he's done a couple of sessions training, and we've thrown him in to have a look. We've got to look at everybody really, because like I said to you, this is 4 weeks into a project really of putting a squad together, so it's going to take time. It's looking half decent.
It's an exciting one though, isn't it, Neil?
Yeah,
it's a great opportunity.
Huge, but we've just got to make sure we get the right personnel. At the moment the pitches look quite nice and we can get it down and play, and there's crosses coming in from wide areas, but in a couple of months' time when it's a little bit muddy and it's going from one end to the other, and have we got the right strength? So I'm not so much looking at players that can get it down and play. I'm also looking at lads, are they going to be tough enough for Northern Prem football?
Graft.
So it's. I'm looking at it and you're thinking, are we going to be right for August and September? But are we going to be okay for October and November as well? So, we might take a player that perhaps might not play the first couple of months of the season, but then he comes into his own November, December time. So it's about getting the balance right in terms of age, experience, and in terms of what we want from them technically as well.
Neil, I think it's a great start, and bring it on.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.